Again, Happy New Year and welcome to the ongoing budget crisis. Congratulations on not closing the branch libraries and the rec centers, but that issue will be back. You know, in every election, candidates stress the basics, infrastructure, public safety, libraries, parks, yet it seems the city always looks to cut these same basics every time it runs into budget problems, and I wonder why. Well, I got curious, so I reread the great book on organizational behavior, Parkinson's Law, which describes how bureaucracies naturally grow, and if they can grow big enough, no one really understands what they do, so there's a reluctance to mess with them. It's simple to close branch libraries and rec centers. The impact and the potential savings are easy to judge. But what about tackling something like San Diego Data Processing Corporation? It's understandable that people don't want to challenge a complex organization, but that's what you're going to have to do to get on top of this mess. Your independent budget analyst says you have a structural deficit. So you need structural savings. The mayor wants to work with you. You need to engage him in helping restructure this government. No sacred cows, no untouchables, regardless of how complex they appear. Start with the basics, infrastructure, public safety. Everything else should be considered for elimination or drastic reduction. So let's get started. Ask yourselves, why does San Diego need 3 redevelopment organizations? Why have a housing commission staffed by over 240 people owning and operating 1,800 apartments? How do you justify an arts commission staffed not by volunteers but by city employees whose main function appears to be to advise the mayor on city contributions to the arts? Meanwhile, streets and sewers fall apart. I mentioned the Data Processing Corporation earlier. Why do we have 2 such organizations, one internal and one external, and each with a budget larger than the entire library system? The mayor says the city is not in business to provide retirement for city employees. He has a whole department administering the pension plan, 65 people strong, growing each year just as Professor Parkinson predicted. What would happen if you simply cut it in half? Does that sound radical? The retirement department in Phoenix, a city larger than San Diego, has 14 people in it. What does Phoenix know that we don't? And what about the city council budget? How does Phoenix, with the same number of council districts, get by with about half the staff that this council needs? Here are copies of the Phoenix and San Diego council budgets and the retirement department budgets for your consideration. I have extra copies from the media, if any of them are here. You know, when you consider closing libraries and rec centers, you're telling the voters the problems are serious. It's time to take serious action. Thank you.